Morning guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, heading down the road again, heading out to work. I got 3 dogs with me today. I got Joker, I got Buddy, and I've got the red Noomy Price. Red, brown, whatever you want to call him. I call him red. So we're heading to Ted Bellmeyer's place again, let him keep working the dogs. I find that when I'm working with the decoys, I don't like to float around. I like to go to different decoys as the dog is being built. But when I'm working on a certain problem, if I can get somebody that I respect, that I know knows their stuff, I'm going to stay with that decoy for a while until we get through a transition and a progression in what we're working on, right? So we've got some definite goals to work on with Buddy. I've got some things I'm working on with Joker, and I've got this new puppy that's just starting his bite work development. Ted is one of the best out there as far as bite work development and the way I like to see a decoy work. And if you watched that last video with Price, you'll see him taking that Twitch toy, his chamois, and he's throwing it into the grass off to the side. And he's getting the dog to pay attention to him. As soon as the dog pays attention to him, barks out of frustration, that little chamois kind of twitches. It's nothing more than a rabbit in the grass, right? So we use frustration, we use that, but the emphasis is always what I like the most, which is from the very early age, you build that dog in such a way that he's learning that when he pays attention to the decoy and he gives the decoy his attention, he gets what he wants. You see what I'm saying? That's the important thing, aspect to me. And that, if you keep that same mental attitude as you build that dog through everything, then you get into the real and you start doing civil agitation and you start bringing up some aggression with some defense and you're channeling the dog's drives, and that's a whole nother subject we can get into at some point, but and you start showing the dog a little bit more defense versus just prey. That dog is going to be more my type of dog, right? I want a real dog. I don't want a halfway dog. I want a dog that I can rely on in a pinch if I need him. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that I just stand back and watch my dog. I'm not that big of an ego, you know. You got to understand that the dog is not the end all, okay? He's not just something that you're going to be able to send out there and you think he's going to do the job. If I send my dog, and I tell people this, if I have a conflict situation, I have a little lecture. And my lecture basically goes like this, that the dog's not what you got to worry about. If I send this dog, I'm going to be right in behind him, and you better damn well worry about me because I'm going to take you out. Right? And it's not, the dog's going to be on the front, but I'm going to be on the back, and you're going to get nailed because there's 2 of us standing here, right? It's not just this dog, right? So that's just my mental attitude in regards to dealing with that, and my mental attitude in regards to deterrent factor is paramount with my customers, which means I want to teach my customers to build that deterrent, to have presence, to have deterrent factor that allows the dog to do his job in such a way that you never have to use the dog. I don't want to have my dog bite somebody, but setting that dog up in such a way, protecting the home, protecting the family, doing his job, that you personify a deterrent factor that basically psychologically puts up a fence and says, you don't want to try this, right? The dog's presence is part of that, you know, his demeanor. If you think about it, why do people get Connie Corsos? Because their presence is so much. Would I want that kind of a dog? No, I think it's a little bit on the opposite side of it, where that dog could end up being a dangerous dog. It doesn't mean I don't like the dogs, don't get me wrong. But I don't need that to fluff my ego. I want my dog to do a job well-rounded, right? So it's just, everybody's looking for different things in their dogs and what they get. I've chosen the Dutch Shepherd for a reason. But since I've dealt with Rocky, if you remember Rocky, little pocket rocket, dealt with Arrow, dealt with a lot of the Dutch Shepherds, I've learned that I want something different in the Dutch Shepherd demeanor. And I don't really want that sporty dog that's coming over that's like a rice burner, okay? That's more of a sport dog mentality. I want myself a little dog that's stoic, a little bit more quiet, and walks into things in such a way that he's, like I said, stoic, easygoing until you wind him up, and then he'll eat you. Right? There's the difference. So that being the case, I've learned a lot from the dogs that I've dealt with. That's one of the reasons I'm doing it. Why do I do what I do in breeding and all that? Because I'm learning and growing within the breed that I've taken as a choice for myself, which is a Dutch Shepherd. Right? I've learned a lot over the last few years breeding a few litters and seeing my customers deal with them and what it's all about. Go from there. Alright guys, I'll let you go. Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. On my way out to train some more dogs as always. Have a good day guys. Bye-bye.